My coworker used my phone to send my husband a text that seemed like I was cheating on him, and now my husband is threatening to leave me. There was an after-work event this week. A coworker was leaving for another job and we were going out for light food and drinks. I don't drink, by the way. I didn't give my husband details because he usually doesn't ask nor appear to care that I attend these occasional outings which usually end by 6 to 7 p.m. Here's kind of a text log to get an understanding of what happened. Husband, 6 p.m. You have that thing tonight, right? Need dinner after? Me. Should be out of there by 8 and fed. No worries about dinner. Times are estimates. Husband. Okay. Note the following I didn't see until the train ride home at around 11 p.m. Husband, 9:30 p.m. Hey baby. Everything okay? What's your status? Husband, 10:05 p.m. All good? Husband, 10:30. Hey. Give me a ping, getting worried. Me, 10:33. Sent by asshole coworker. Hey buddy. Chill the F out. She's in really good hands. I can assure you. I left my phone at the table and an asshole coworker took it upon his drunk self to send that text. Yup. My iPhone 4S is not password protected. I didn't see any of my husband's texts because his notifications had been cleared when asshole coworker opened up messages. I saw it as soon as I got on the train and texted him immediately. Me, 1105. Babe. Sorry, that was not me. See you when I get home. No response from husband. I get home, he is in bed. I give him a kiss on the cheek and he doesn't reciprocate. I ask him what's wrong and he says he doesn't want to talk because he's afraid he'd say something he regrets. The next day was totally ghosting. He finally approached me tonight and said that he felt extremely disrespected and was suspicious of my inattention. He said he wasn't keeping tabs on me but making sure I was okay since most of these wrap up by mid-evening. I profusely apologized and tried to diffuse. He wasn't all that receptive. He said he's not sure what to think. He had total trust in me but thinks something nefarious must have been happening for this guy to have my phone and feel bold enough to send that text. He and I, back and forth, with no improvement. He finally dropped a serious bomb. He says he doesn't know what to think, but he said that if there's any hope of him believing this was as I say, as actually happened, that I can't be in his words the same effing room with that effer. No after work events. If there's a work meeting he wants me to notify HR that there's a personal conflict. He's heated and said if I can't meet these demands then I can either look for another job or a new husband. My choice. Everything is happening so fast. I know he's overreacting, but he does have his reasons. I have bitched out the asshole coworker, told him off and told him if he touched anything that belonged to me again I was going straight to the police. What my husband is demanding is not practical. I guess I'm asking if I should risk waiting this out for cooler heads to prevail, or meet my husband's demands, or if there's something I can do otherwise. I am pretty sure he thinks something happened that night. I think if he was assured it is what I say it is he'd move past it, but I can see from his perspective it looks like poop. Update. I spoke to my boss first thing Wednesday morning and told him what happened. While he was not at the bar he knew about the event. Later in the morning he spoke to an asshole coworker and didn't hear anything else during the workday. I also told a friend at work what happened. She was there and can vouch for me being at the bar. Without me asking she decided to get an asshole coworker on a conference line and called my husband and had the asshole apologize for what he did. I don't know exactly what was said and had no idea this call had been made until I got home later in the evening. My husband gave me a big hug when I arrived and told me about the call. He said that throughout the day he had already come to the conclusion that it was a poop prank by a drunk asshole. As someone touched on in the comments, the idea that someone I was cheating with would send that text was so absurd that it must have been a prank. He said the call was helpful, but warned me he laid into asshole pretty good, telling him what turmoil he caused and straight up told the guy to stay as far away from his wife as professionally possible or he would make sure his career is impacted. We talked for hours and he reinforced some expectations going forward. Simple stuff like giving him a heads up if I'm late. He will do the same. Past protecting my phone and generally keeping on guard around people in general. I think we're about 95% back to normal. This week was kind of a shock and I think we're both a little fatigued from all the drama and plan to spend the entire weekend together. I'm at work and there's no conflict. He's here but no direct apology yet. But the day is young and honestly, I don't care to have any contact with this guy in the future. Sorry I didn't respond more to the original thread but it kind of turned into a poop show of picking apart my alibi. It did look odd that I didn't realize the time or didn't look at my phone for 3 hours as some claimed. I did have an idea about the time. I did look at my phone during the evening, but didn't think to check in because during that time I felt like I was always on my way out. I dropped my phone on the table at some point before the text and moved to another table to chat with a few coworkers and say goodbye. I got distracted and didn't get to my phone until after the text had been sent. At 8 p.m. I know I should have checked in but it skipped my mind. Also, I think the next time we meet for drinks after work I am going to invite my husband. He is very social and talkative and would get along with everyone for sure.